Hello and welcome. This is Michelle with Paper Stamp Inc. Thanks for stopping by my channel today, where you'll receive tips, techniques, and tutorials to inspire you in your own paper crafting projects. So today I want to share with you a fun fold card that I created for my daughter's bridal shower invitations. Yes, she's getting married soon. Very excited. Can't wait to play around with some more of my products, to do some thank you cards for her. She's a graphic designer, so she's going to be doing her own wedding invitations, but I get to have a hand, hopefully, in some of the party favors and the thank you cards. But this fun fold is created using some of our sale-a-bration products. And if you're not familiar with the sale-a-bration time, these are from the Occasions catalog, which coordinates with sale-a-bration. The Occasions catalog, the regular catalog, you buy $50 of products from either of those and you can get free sale-a-bration items. Now the Occasions catalog has all new products, and it just came out in January, and so I love these new springtime and seasonal products. And what I am really appreciative of is that Stampin' Up! Coordinates everything for us, and they give us these suites. So I'm not using everything in the suite today, but these are a great way to pick up items that you know are all going to work well together. So this All My Love suite has the stamp set, the dies, the designer series paper, ribbon, hard epoxy drops, and even suggested solid cardstock packs to go with it. So especially if you're just starting out, or you really love a theme in here, make sure to check out those suites. Now if you don't already have a demonstrator and you're in the US and you'd like to get a sample of the catalog, I'd be happy to send one to you. Just drop me a line below or send me an email to paperstampinc@gmail.com, and I will ship one of these, as well as the sale-a-bration catalog with all of the free goodie items in there as well. So today I am going to be using that All My Love Designer Series paper as one of the products. And I just love these beautiful colors. And if you're not aware, when we get the Designer Series paper, Stampin' Up! Also gives us the suggested colors so that we're not having to guess and go, which blue is that, which pink is that. It's all on that Designer Series paper, as well as listed in the catalog. So I'm going to use, for the paper today, I'm going to go ahead and set this one aside. I'm going to use soft seafoam, and this is a 4 1/4 by 11 inch sheet. I have already scored it at 2 1/4 inches from this side and 3 1/4 inches from this side to give me my fold. So I went ahead and pre-did that to save us a little time here. I have 2 pieces of the DSP from the All My Love suite, and this one is 4 by 2 inches, and this one is 4 by 3 inches. So they're slightly different papers than what I used for the other cards, for the sample card, but you can mix and match within the suite, and you know you're going to get colors that all work together. So in addition to that, I have 2 pieces of crumb cake that I have cut out with our stitched circle, or stitched shapes, the stitched circle that's in the stitched shapes die set. Gotta be careful saying that one. I use the smallest one, and then I use the second one in from the outside. So this one right here to create the large circle. So I've got those 2 pieces, and then I've got a piece of Very Vanilla, which I was proud that I grabbed my Very Vanilla. I tend to always gravitate to the white, but I thought the Whisper White, I thought Very Vanilla might give a little bit softer touch to this card. And I used the smallest in our Layering Circles die set, and these are great. They coordinate very well with the Stitch Shapes set. If you don't have these are 2 of my most used die sets, other than, drum roll, in the Occasions catalog, they came out with the stitched rectangle set, and I am so excited to share that, and I'm looking forward to creating some great projects with that. I love the stitching, and the rectangles are just classic for layering, for sentiments. they're going to be a great addition to your tool chest. I also have a piece of our very vanilla that we're going to be doing some stamping on as well for the Butterfly Gala. So I'm going to set these pieces aside and let's go ahead and start creating our, let me tell you what inks we're using. We're going to use Balmy Blue, Soft Seafoam, and Blushing Bride, which of course we know are in the Designer Series paper colors because Stampin' Up! Tells us on the pack of DSP as well as in the catalog what colors are going to coordinate. I love how easy they make things for us. I also am going to use some Memento Black ink, and we're going to do some stamping with the Butterfly Gala suite. Now, our stamp set. This one is going to be a favorite. I am very sure there's one of the celebration items is also some butterfly paperwork that coordinates with this. Well, this is part of a bundle, so you can receive the stamp set and this punch as a bundle, and you get 10% off when you purchase the bundle. So keep that in mind. I love having punches. They're quick and easy to use in my stamp sets. Now, these are put together. These butterfly stamps are all one stamp. They're put together so that they coordinate with this punch perfectly. However, don't be afraid to do a little surgery on your stamps, and I cut mine apart. I don't know if you can see where I've cut that edge to separate the two butterflies. It just gives me more versatility in my stamping, but it's very simple. If I want to put them back together with these photopolymer, all I have to do is just line those pieces back up. If I had a bigger block, it'd be a little easier, and they're gonna stamp perfectly. So it does not damage your stamps. You know, just make sure you're careful where you're cutting, that you're not cutting into the design of the stamp. So that's just going to give you a little bit more use from your stamps. So we're going to go ahead and stamp this butterfly, and I'm going to go ahead and do one more. Actually, two more. I need to, let's see if I can, I think I might have got that a little close. I can fit that in there. So as long as I'm doing those, I'm doing one, I might as well do a couple of extras. Just another little tip for you. When I am doing some of my stamping and cutting, if I do multiples and I find I don't need them with the punches, or I created these pieces for another card I was doing, I'll go ahead and store those extras in my stamp case just so that I don't forget that I have them out there and they're easy to find. I'm going to use our sponge daubers, and we're going to color in our butterfly with the sponge daubers. So very quick and easy. I'm not going to worry about staying in the lines. This might look a little bit of a mess while I'm doing it, but you'll see when we punch them out, they'll be beautiful. And I mean, just think of all the colors that are out there with butterflies and all the different combinations that you can do to make some very beautiful cards. And you can, of course, also color these in with your blends. You can color them with your colored pencils, with your markers, any of your coloring mediums, watercolor. I'm just choosing to do the sponging method today. Sorry, I hope I'm not rocking you guys too much as I'm doing this, but you see how quickly these are going to go together here. And you can do as much or as little of each color as you would like. There are multiple designs in the Butterfly Gala suite, so you're going to get actually 4 different butterflies as well as the solid colors that you could color in the solid pieces if you would like, versus actually coloring them in by hand. It really doesn't take very long to do the coloring on these. Of course, you know, if you want to do each little piece a separate color and really take some time, if you enjoy coloring, these would be great for that, and you could get all those little beautiful details in there. I think, you know, God just created so much beauty for us to enjoy and try and copy on my cards, but I'm never gonna be able to compare with what he has already created for us. So there we go. There are our stamps. And I'm just going to come in here, and I think I made these a little too far up there, so I'm just going to come with a pair of scissors and trim that on my big scissors and trim that down so that I can reach in there with my punch. And you're just going to put these upside down. You're going to line it up until you're happy with the placement. I'm kind of a little bit particular, so you're probably going to be able to punch these a lot faster than I can. Don't forget, make sure you save that little piece. You use that on another project. And there's our beautiful butterfly. Now I do want to stamp the body, and there are two stamps for that body. There's a longer one for the big butterfly, and then there's a shorter one for the small butterfly. I find it easier to punch and then come in here and stamp the body. So let's go ahead and line that up. And there we've got our body. I want to give this butterfly some dimension, so I'm going to just fold him in half there. Her, him, don't know. And we're going to give some curl to that just by gently rolling it over my bone folder. Just going to give it some added dimension there. All right, now we need some antennae for our butterfly, so I'm going to just punch that or stamp that directly onto my circle here, and then I need my dimensionals for this, and I'm going to use my small dimensionals. The mini dimensionals. If you've watched me, you know that I love dimensionals. And we're going to put one piece under each of those wings. These mini ones fit perfectly for this project, and that's just going to make sure that they stay up and don't end up getting squished flat onto my card. All right. We're almost there. One more stamping that I need to do is my Showered with Love stamp, and I think I'm going to do that in Balmy Blue this time. The Showered from Love stamp comes from our Itty Bitty Greetings stamp set. There's actually 2 cases for this stamp set. It's got 32 different sayings, so I love it. They're tiny. They fit anywhere you want to put them on a card, and so I always know I'm going to have just the right sentiment for any occasion. Let's go ahead. Another thing I love about circles is they line up so easily. I know that no matter which way I turn it, it's going to work. Let's get that ink pad out of the way before I end up getting that on my clothes or somewhere else on my project. And you can see I had stamped or cut that out of a piece of scrap paper that I had left from an oops. So don't throw those away. You can always use the other side of them. And let's go ahead, put our paper down. Now this fun fold, it's going to have a tendency to want to pop up no matter how much you crease this down. So that's where our sentiment piece is going to come in. It's going to help hold this card closed. I don't know that this for sure has a directional pattern, but for some reason that direction looks better to me. this piece is going to go right on our top flap, so do be careful when you're putting your glue on or whatever adhesive you're using, and make sure you're only putting it on the top portion. If you put it on the whole thing, you don't have a card that opens anymore, and that's not a very fun fold. So let's go ahead and come in with our Showered with Love. Now, for my daughter's bridal shower, I put a panel in here, and I typed that up and printed off on my computer with all of the detailed information using our very vanilla cardstock, and you can get 4 to a page and trim them down to 4 by 5 1/4 so that you get a nice little edge. So I just put a dimensional on there and putting it off to the side so that I make sure that I have room for that larger circle to fold under there. And there we go. There we have our fun fold card. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and let me know what you're going to use from the Occasions catalog and what items you're enjoying. I hope that you have a great day and you share your creativity with someone special.